with regards to the Zoom meeting with the First Lady on Saturday. Evangelist Gladys Ogbeide asked a question, very, very sensitive question, and the First Lady answered the question eloquently with regards to this idea of people making mockery of the First Lady for not having children. Even Gladys herself that asked the question, according to her, she said she's also in the same situation. In our African society, people are very good at stigmatizing childless women. Okay, so on Wednesday, I'm going to bring Gladys herself to the show to discuss more in detail about this topic. Meanwhile, I'm going to play the session of the video right now. Just listen carefully. While on Wednesday, we'll come back again and do the analysis of the topic about African society, stigma attached to childless women in our society. All right. So let me play it now where I will see you guys on Wednesday. On Wednesday.
That was an amazing answer, and thank you for what you do for Edo State. We really, really are proud of you. Your Excellency, my next question is this. I have seen some videos going around on social media about not having your biological children. And some of us are in this position now, just like me, Evangelist Gladys Osamuyime Ogbeide. And there are so many other people in this position, both men and women. But man, how with your office and going through that is going on, everybody is talking about it. Some people close to us has actually sent us some of those videos or write-up. How do you now encourage, with so much that you do, how do you now encourage people who are going through, or the Edo women or Edo men who are going through these same I wouldn't say it's a setback in my own opinion, but what do you have to say to encourage them? That is my question to you, ma.
Well, every normal and sensible human being knows that children are blessings from God. And it's only depraved minds that would dare make such comments. I've had people talk about it, but I haven't bothered to watch the video. I really wouldn't waste my precious time and energy to dissipate it on pointless and hopeless attempts to at another human being. So my advice to anyone in that situation is God's time is the best. Everything is in God's hands, first and foremost. If anyone makes you feel or tries to make you feel bad about not having children at this point in time, I think what you should do is to have pity on such a human being and not to bring yourself down to that level, because that is the basest and the lowest level any human being can bring themselves down to. You take it back to God and say, Lord, hear what they are saying about me. And I bet you God would answer you, perhaps even faster because of the insults. Okay? That's on the human and the spiritual level. Then on the physical, naturally, you have to investigate, have some medical investigation to determine, find out exactly what it is. There are all kinds of reasons. Sometimes it's called unexplained, infertility, okay? Sometimes everything's working perfectly in your body and it isn't happening, okay? That's the reason, that's the time when you either wait patiently. The most important thing is to get it out of your mind and don't get anxious about it, as I am doing. And I've actually gotten so used to it that it really never crosses my mind. And if it's recommended by the medical practitioners that you do what they call assisted, there are all kinds of, they call them IVF, assisted reproductive interventions, okay? These are commonplace now, worldwide, even in Nigeria. You could avail yourself to those treatment options and hope and pray that it works. I know that it doesn't work all the time. It very rarely works. So that's another place where you also have to be patient, okay? And the most important thing is to get it off your mind. It always usually happens when you're not even thinking about it, okay? Even if you're doing any of those medically assisted procedures, you have to try to just be calm, be relaxed, and set your mind on something else. Get busy with something else, with looking after other children. God has given me such a huge project here with my husband being governor that I don't even have enough time to do the things I'd like to do, much less to worry about anything. So the best place to be, if you're in that kind of position, is to just get busy with other meaningful things, to touch other people's lives for good, to impact on other people's lives, and trust in God. Make it a point to ask him specifically what you want and leave it in his hands to do what only he can do. And if you can help yourself medically, I'll advise that you also do that. Every way is God's way.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Let me try to maybe just add this to it for those in the house, or maybe Her Excellency forgot to mention that she has so many children, actually. If you look at the Edobes, how her husband, the governor, is impacting children in the state. And even every one of us here, you know, she is a mother to us. If Edo is good tomorrow, we are the product. We are the ones that is going to tell her. So, Madam, Your Excellency, I give you a round of applause because you've produced so many children, and it's going to be so. Please, everyone, I give her, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, having said that, I'd like to call on the other two people who've raised their hands on the floor that want to ask questions. I will just read the names. I'll read both names whose hands have been up. One of them is Queen Igbinake, and then the other person is Dr. Antonia Adedavo. So first of all, Miss Queen Igbinake, don't forget you have 90 seconds. Just go straight to the point. Over to you. You can unmute yourself, please, and ask a question. Queen, are you here with us? Is Queen, if she can be, unmute Queen, or unmute yourself, Queen?
I did. Can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear. So,
okay.
Straight with your
You're
question.
welcome, Your Excellency. It's so nice to see you and hearing all these amazing words from you. Straight to my question. I'm Queen Igbinake, and I live in the state of California. And I'm as an educator and a curriculum developer. So I'm straight to my question, man. How do you successfully organize a diverse group of women in Edo State to accomplish a task dedicated to supporting your husband's political goal? Women being a difficult group to employ women in the house.
Interesting question. My experience here has been different. I have to say, I'm not saying this just to make people feel good, but I truthfully, I can tell you that it's been much easier and a lot more pleasant than I had anticipated with the women here. We have just been blessed, my husband and I, with amazing women around us. I don't know if you've heard about, I don't know what the governor spoke about when you had your Zoom sessions with him. I know that he's always boasting about the women in his cabinet, how they perform better than the men. Sorry, guys. And he says this.
It's understood.
Before his meal team, and they never argue, they never frown, they concur because they know it's the truth. I call them Obaseki and Obaseki's angels. Every woman in his cabinet happens to hold, and those, not just the commissioners, but the special advisors and the heads of agencies, as you are well aware of Edo Best and the others, they all hold very important and sensitive portfolios, and they've done excellently well with them. So that's saying one thing with the women in government. You also know that, well, the major thing that's made it easy is we happen to have a governor who is women friendly. I wouldn't say gender friendly. Gender is both male and female. He has a bias in favor of women. I think the reason being that he comes from a home where his mother has all sisters. His grandmother didn't have any male child. She had all girls. And she trained every one of them. As a matter of fact, they all schooled in England in those, as far back as, you know, over 50 years ago. So he had grandparents who valued education and ensured that their daughters all had the best in terms of education. So he was brought up in a home where a lot of respect and honor was accorded women. And so he naturally, you know, he's not your typical African man. He gives a lot of deference to women. So that's made it easy. And that's one of the things I enjoy as his wife. He's an extremely supportive man. And because he has some extra respect and value for women, it's easy for me to, you know, make proposals to him at home, campaign for the women, and get him to accede to practically every request I've made for the women in Edo State. My husband has been 100% supportive. Anything I open my mouth to say, oh, we must do this for the women, blah, blah, blah. Before I finish making the request, he grants it. So that has helped a lot. And you must have heard that he has over 400 women in his government. He appointed over 400 women in his government, various levels. He created new lines of employment or engagement for women that never existed before. So the women in Edo are very happy with their governor. They keep saying, no, we've never had it so good. We've never had it so good. He also goes on and on about how he's found that the women are more loyal than the men. He noticed that when he came to campaign 4 years ago, first time as governor. He found that the women were the more loyal ones. They were the more dedicated ones. They were the ones that were more trustworthy, especially with money. And they were the ones who would go out more to vote. They were also the ones who would stay to defend their votes. The men would usually escape and run away after a while. But the women would stay there and would deliver. So he has a lot of faith and confidence in women. And so the fact that I'm also a working woman and a professional, it's easy for me to want to push to support women's agenda here, for women empowerment and women inclusion in everything. And So that's the reason it happened. I push for it, and he grants me my every request. So it's made that's why it's been easy for the women here.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. So I will be taking the next question from